What up, guys? Alchemist here, and I got something nice for you. If you end up liking this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Let's get into this. Y'all read the title, and I bet y'all wondering what do you mean by Genshin Impact is cheap, Mihoyo is cheap. This is the reason why I say this. Genshin Impact has earned $6 million in a day, and have earned over $400 million within the 2-3 months they already been out worldwide. They're the second most popular app right now out of the gacha games. Probably number one by now. Won an app reward for the most downloads and played game. So, this make you think. If you're making this much money, and this much clout, they'll be more generous towards the free-to-play player fan base of Genshin Impact, right? If they're making this much money and got this much clout than any other gacha game out there, you would think they'll be more generous to giving away primo gems for free-to-play players, you know, make it easier to do pools and everything for everyone, right? Nope. Throughout this video, in the famous words as only, I'm not stating either right or wrong, simply facts. So let's talk about it. First off, login bonus. So usually when you log in doing a new limited banner, you got a thing called Seize the Day. Seize the Day got a 7-day period where you log in, they give you a reward with hero wit, mystic enhancement, primo gem, blah blah blah, right? Now, the login bonus is only for 7 days. 7 days. It don't reset after you claim your 7-day reward. It's only for 7 days, and you have to wait till the next limited banner for you to get that 7-day rewards again. It's 300 primo gems, 16 mystic enhancements, 8 hero wits, and then 50,000 more. The reward's not even that much. 300 primo gems is not that much. And the fact they only give it to you for 7 days, and then you have to basically wait a good 20 days, basically the rest of the month, for them to start a new banner, for you to get that 7-day login reward again, is ludicrous. Every other app game, you log in, they give you the 7 days, and after 7 days or 14 days, they reset it, and you keep logging in and getting rewards every day from playing the game. Some even do 30 days. When you get a reward every day, and if you keep the streak to 30 days, the rewards get better and better. Even other gacha games, the rewards you get from logging in are amazing. Like, logging in, they let you get a free summon. For just logging in that day, you get a free summon. Genshin Impact, you can't even get a free summon from the login bonus until you logged in for 7 days, which is 200 primo gems. And even then, that's only one summon. From that one summon, you're not going to get anything special. Everybody that plays Genshin Impact, you know, it's most likely going to be a blue. It's most likely going to be a blue. We only get one single summon for logging in 7 days in a row for Genshin Impact. And after 7 days, there's no more rewards. It's just blank. You get nothing else for logging in for Genshin Impact, but from your points for your battle pass. And then even a battle pass. Let's talk about that. The battle pass, if you're free to play, you're not getting much rewards on your battle pass. You're not getting much rewards on your battle pass at all, free to play. You may get a couple, you know, a couple Mora, a couple blue experience books, whatever crap, and you may get the blue summon for the regular banner, not even the limited banner. You can't even summon off the limited banner for being free to play. Then they start giving you the hero experience, and by the time you finish maxing this out for free to play, you get a total of, let's see, a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get 5 free summons on the regular banner for being free to play. That all changes once you buy the battle pass. You buy the battle pass, you get not only the free to play pass stuff, you get the battle pass stuff, which gives you talent books, hero experience, which is very important when it comes to leveling up your character long term. That's why it's a shame that they very scarce in this game. Like, they do not want to give it to you unless you do the ley lines. But then they also give you summons for the actual limited banner, and you get a lot more Mora and experience and mystic crystals for your weapon. It's just way more generous, simply because, and a free weapon, a free 4-star weapon that is great for most characters in this game. Simply paying money to buy the battle pass. Some free-to-play players can't buy the battle pass. So that's one thing right there. The login bonus is petty. It's petty. Let's be honest. It's petty. The battle pass is petty if you're a free-to-play player. It's petty. Also, the battle pass is pretty easy. Once you're done with the 50 levels of battle pass, most people have a lot of days left on their battle pass. Most games that do battle pass, they go to like at least level 100. Or if you did max out your battle pass, you still get rewards for leveling up your battle pass. Genshin Impact, once you hit 50, that's it. You don't get no more free rewards. That's it. It's done. And you gotta wait until the next limited banner comes out. Most people already finished their battle pass right now. Me, I bought my battle pass days late, and I'm finna max it out, and it's still finna be a good week left off the battle pass. This is how stingy Mihoyo is when it comes to rewards in the game. Second off, let's talk about the stamina that they have implemented to the game, which is called resin in this game. Most gacha games, the stamina, you get 1 stamina per like 3 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. Most other gacha games are very generous when it comes to if they implement actual stamina system to their game. Genshin Impact, their stamina bar is on 8 minutes. 8 minutes! Meaning you only get roughly about, what, 7 resin per hour? You can't do anything with 7 resin. You can't do anything in this game with 7 resin at all. Nothing. Nada. You need at least 20 resin to do a domain in this game, or one of the elite line stuff. And then if you're trying to do world bosses, you need at least 40 resin in this game in order to do anything. And later down the game, you need this stuff to upgrade your characters. You need this stuff. If you don't have this stuff, you can't upgrade your character. Your resources are very limited. So you have to wait days in and day outs just to level up one character, whether it's ascending him or upgrading their weapon or upgrading their talents. It's very limited. And then not even talking about the world boss where you gotta use 60 resin. 60. Now they tried to fix it by saying, oh, you can do what they call it, the compound resin one, where if you don't play a day, you can transfer the 40 resin into one double drop resin thing, so you're not wasting your time. But it don't change anything. It's still the same amount of resin at the end of the day. They increased the resin cap to 160 instead of 120. But it's still not enough. You know, it's still not enough. No matter how you look at it, it's still not enough. And it kind of make you think, for a game like Genshin Impact, why did they ever implement a stamina mechanism in general? This game is all about exploring, RPG, raising your characters, and everything. But they implemented a stamina system to force you to not be able to play the game unless you spend money to get your stamina bar back. And the money in this game is Primo Gems. You got to pay to get that, or you got to grind for that. And most people don't spend their Primo Gems in this game for stamina simply because it's so hard to find Primo Gems in this game in general. It's just hard too. You want to use your summons with your Primo Gems. You don't want to use your Primo Gems to get a stamina bar that shouldn't even be so limited in the game. Third reason, this one's going to take the cake. Summon rates. I need y'all to really listen on this. Summon rates in this game are so bad compared to other gacha games. Just so horrible. So, the summon rates for this game, when it comes to a 5-star, your summon rate for getting a 5-star is 0.6%. Not even 1%. 0.6% of pulling a 5-star. And then you get a pity pool for summoning. If you did 90 summons in total, they automatically give you a 5-star. 90 summons. Now, keep in mind, in retrospect, 90 summons is a lot. Most free-to-play players are not going to get 90 summons. It's just not happening. 90 summons would be 14,400 primo gems in this game. 14,400 primo gems in the game. I never even seen that many primo gems in this game for one limited banner. Me getting that much primo gems for one limited banner before the other limited banner comes through, the time limit to get 14,000 primo gems 400 is impossible for a free to play. It's impossible. It's not gonna happen unless you skip the banner and saved up your primo gems to the next banner. Then maybe you will get that much. If you saved up all your primo gems from starting the game off and you didn't spend no primo gems on any banner, so you wait for a specific banner you want to go for, then yeah, you would. But naturally playing the game and trying to pull on every limited banner that shows up, that is impossible. The 4-star race in this game is 5%. 2.5% for a character, 2.5% for a weapon. We're not even going to talk about why there are weapons within the limited banner when you have a banner for strictly weapons. I don't understand why there are weapons within a character banner if you have a weapon banner in your game. It seems like you purposely want us to fail in life on pulling a character that we want, so we spend more money in this game trying to pull. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. But back to the math. You get a pity for 10 pulls in the game for a 4-star. So I'm just gonna use another gacha game for example. We're gonna bring up Bleach Brave Souls. That's kind of popular. Bleach Brave Souls. They 5-star rate is 3%. 3%. Get your impact is 0.6%. 0.6% compared to 3% in Bleach Brave Souls, right? So it's almost the same rate of pulling a 4-star and get your impact. You can pull a 5-star from Bleach Brave Souls with the same race that the 4-stars at and get your impact. I bet that sounds good to some of you guys. You're like, dang, so if I pulled a 4-star in this game, that's like a 5-star in Bleach Brave Souls. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Every 10 summons you do in Bleach Brave Soul, you basically got a 26.26% chance of pulling a 5-star character. You basically got 1/4 of a chance of pulling a 5-star character just doing 10 pulls. 10 pulls, 10 summons. In Genshin, that's impossible. That's kind of impossible to see a 5-star pop up in 10 pulls. It's not happening most of the time. It just, your luck will have to be there. You have to be really there. Your RNG have to be there. Not only that, Bleach Brave Souls also does a double chance pull rate sometimes, where they double your chances of getting whatever you want in the banner. So instead of 3% for a 5-star, you get 6%, which would equal out literally to a 54% chance of you getting a 5-star with one multi, with 10 pulls. Think about it. You having over 50% chance of you getting a 5-star from just summoning 10 times. That's how generous Bleach Brave Soul is. That's how generous they are. A game that is less popular and makes way less money than Genshin Impact is way more generous to the player base. That's crazy, right? And there's plenty other gacha games that's like that, that's more generous. You can get 5-stars way easier in other games and more free summons, more login bumps and stuff in games that make less money than Genshin Impact and a smaller fan base than Genshin Impact. They more generous. You would think the company that makes more money would be more generous, right? Not only that, don't get me started on the master list star glitter. The currency that you use to get the free characters from the shop. The problem with this is it's like they teasing us. They basically teasing us. You need 34 star glitter to get the free characters from the shop. And you need 5-star glitter to get one intertwined fate or inquaint fate, right? Here's the problem. You only get star glitter whenever you get a dupe of a 4-star or a 5-star. If you get a dupe of a 4-star, you get 2-star glitter. If you get a dupe of a 5-star, you get 10-star glitter, right? The chances of you getting a dupe of a 5-star is so low. Remember, I said 0.6% of pulling a 5-star from summoning and get your impact. Of course, it increases the more you get close to the 90. The max it gets is like 25%, I believe. Once you get to like the 75 pull rate. 75 pull rate. First of all, getting the 75 pulls is Yeah, okay, free-to-play players, okay. Nearly impossible. Only way you doing that is if you carrying on from what you pulled from the limited banner previously to the newest limited banner. That's the only way you get into that percent range, okay? That's crazy though. You get to 75%, 75 pulls, and you still not at least 50% of you pulling a 5-star. That's crazy. That's just crazy. But anyway, the amount they give you for Star Glitter for getting duped is negligible. You only get 2 if you pull a dupe over 4 stars. So you gotta hope you get a dupe. You gotta hope you get a dupe. Some people hate dupes, but it depends. In this game, constellations are very great. That's the one thing I can clap MiHoYo for. Constellations is a good idea to a degree. But you only get 2 if you pull a dupe. They asked for 34 to get a free character from their shop. The only way you're gonna get to 34 if you've been saving up Star Glitter from banner to banner to banner. There's no way you're pulling that during the time limit they give you. The shop refreshes every 30 days, I believe. There's no way you're getting 34 Star Glitter in 30 days unless you just kept pulling the same character over and over again. Unless you were super lucky and pulled a dupe of a 5-star. It's nearly impossible for you to get the 34 Star Glitter as a free-to-play player. As a free-to-play player, it's nearly impossible. This favors whales in the game. This favors players that spend a lot of money to get what they want. This system, it helps them. They like, oh, well, they spent a lot of money. They got a lot of Star Glitter. Let them buy this free character. You know, let them get these free summons since they spent money in this game. But a normal free-to-play player, this system is not helping us at all. It's unbelievable. And you literally you need to get at least 3 dupes just to get 1 free summon. 3 dupes to get 1 free summon, meaning you're doing basically 30 pulls. You're basically doing 30 pulls to get 1 free summon. 30 pulls. That is like 4,800, I believe. 4,800 Primo Gems. A free-to-play player is not doing it. Free-to-play player ain't doing it. And then if you go to Stardust Exchange, yeah, this one is more plentiful for free-to-play players. But they only limit you to getting 5 Intertwined Fate and 5 Acquainted Fate. Only 5, and then it's sold out, and then you gotta wait till the next limited banner to come out for you to buy 5 more. They're not even enough for a full multi, because they're on 2 separate banners. They're not even giving you enough for 1 full multi. That's insane. That is insane. If you're still not convinced that MiHoYo ain't cheap toward free-to-play players and mostly here for the people that spending money, look at all the 5-star characters. Just look at them, right? Look at them. Doesn't it seem weird that the 5-star players, they decent. Most of the 5-star characters, they decent already, right? But isn't it weird that they are just so broken once you get their 6th constellation? The pull rates for 5-stars are so small. A regular free-to-play player, they never gonna get a 6th constellation character. Never. Don't even have your hopes up. If you get a 6th constellation, 6 constellations for a 5-star character free-to-play player, it must have took you some years. It must have took some years. You must have kept pulling on that free banner. You must have kept pulling on the acquainted banner. And you just kept getting lucky and you kept pulling Duluth over and over again. It's nearly impossible for the free-to-play player to get a 6th constellation character. So what does it mean? 6 constellations on a 5-star character for people that pay. It's pay to win. Why is 6 constellation 5-star characters so broken? Venti, for example. Targets that take damage from his ult, literally they animal resistance drop by 20%. And any elemental absorption, fire, ice, whatever you throw in there, that also drops their resistance to that element by 20%. That's the same perk you get from the Viridicin artifact set. That's basically what you get. With no time limits, extra percentage damage to it, making Venti just broken. If you need another example, we go to Child. You get Child's 6 constellation, you basically saying he can spam his R2 24/7. He no longer got that cooldown that supposed to be part of his setup as his mechanism of a character. It doesn't matter anymore. It kind of makes you think, even people with Zone Lee, they like, dang, Zone Lee is pretty watered down, but once you get a 6 constellation, he's like the most ultimate support in the game. Ain't that weird? Ain't that weird to you guys that 6 constellation characters of the 5-star characters are super broken? miHoYo knows it's kind of impossible for any free-to-play player to get to that point with the race they put on the 5 stars. So why they so broken? Why they so broken? Shouldn't some of that palette be thrown into the character talents or something? Why is it in only the character constellation? It's because miHoYo knows the people that will get 6 constellations are the people that have been spending money on their game. It's low-key free-to-win character. If you had a 6 constellation Venti, you're not worried about anything in this game. 6 constellation Child, you ain't worried about nothing. 6 constellation Dilute? Come on now, guys. Come on. This is what I mean by miHoYo is cheap. Now, all this would be ignored if Primo Gems were more abundant in this game for free-to-play players. The only Primo Gems free-to-play players get is the daily commissions, which don't even equal up to 1 summon, which is insane. Dailies don't even give you at least enough gems for 1 summon. Spiral Abyss, which seems good at first on paper, because it's like, dang, 300 Primo Gems each floor I beat if I beat all the challenges. But it's a one-time thing. If every floor reset it every month for you to get the 300 Primo Gems, then this game will be super generous towards the free-to-play player. Super generous. 300 Primo Gems for each floor, you're basically saying 2,400 per player. If they can get to at least floor 8. But the only thing that reset, I believe, is floor 9 and up. So, gems are super scarce in this game. Opening chests only give you 2, 5, or 10 gems. Which we all know that ain't much. And then events only be giving you like 60 gems. Here and there, it may equal up to like at least 500 gems maybe. It's not that much. It don't equal up to a summon. It don't equal to a multi, I mean. If the gem's not equaling up to 1 multi during the events not as generous as you think they are. They just not. I know some of us get hyped for seeing miHoYo giving us chances of getting gems, but let's be honest here. The amount they're giving us is not generous at all compared to most gacha games. They're not generous at all. If they're not giving us enough gems to do at least 1 multi, they kind of failing us as a free-to-play fan base. It's mostly here for the whales. Even with the mail they gave us with the 800 Primo Gems. That's half a multi. If y'all celebrating that y'all just won a reward for being the most played app game, you should be thanking your player base. You should be thanking your player base for helping y'all get that reward. And y'all gave us only enough Primo Gems for 5 summons. Not even 1 multi, a 5 summon that most likely gonna lead to nothing for us. I just don't get it. I don't get it. So, real question is, I mean, even people that sponsor miHoYo, people that play Genshin Impact and they sponsor and they get free Primo Gems, they even make more than the 800 that miHoYo giving us. They get like 2,000 Primo Gems. Come on, let that open y'all minds for a bit. The people that sponsor miHoYo get more Primo Gems than free-to-play players. They get way more. They gave us 800. Free-to-play players, they get like 2,000, 4,000 Primo Gems. Based on the leaks that we seen that one time. Like, come on now. Come on. The only good thing miHoYo did was they said that we will get free summons for characters that we ascended past 20, 50, and 70. That meaning 3 summons per character, which can equal up to 75 summons. Most gacha games does that. When you ascend a character in most gacha games, they let you get a free summon when you ascend in a character. Basically, they let you get summons for grinding their game out. That's one good step in the right direction for miHoYo. But real question is, why is miHoYo so cheap with their money and race in this game when they make it so much? Us as a community gotta gotta be more they gotta be more generous towards the race in this game for free to play players. They gotta be. I'm not saying they don't have time. It only been a few months since Genshin Impact really started blowing up. It only been a few months, you know. So I'm not saying things won't change. They may improve race later down the line. They may be more generous for Primogems later down the line. It only been a few months. But let's keep our eyes open, y'all. If they still like this and it's close to a year for Genshin Impact being out, MiHoYo never gonna change. They're never gonna change them because they know how much money they are already making now. If they are making this much money, do you really think they're gonna change for the community? Most likely not. They're not gonna change for us simply because they like, why we gotta change? We are making a lot of money. We are making a lot of money off them. Why do we have to change? So unless we put our foot down and start complaining, they're not gonna make changes. But one thing MiHoYo do, they do change things when people complain, if they believe that it needs to be changed. If MiHoYo is a money-hungry company, they're not going to change no matter what. They know they're doing good no matter what, and they're not going to change because they're like, shoot, why change? We making $6 million a day off these people. Clearly, they don't care. They're making $6 million off of this fan base. That's all I got to say, y'all. Hope y'all like this video. Just give y'all a more open mindset of Genshin Impact not the greatest game you think it is. It may be fun to play, and I definitely have fun playing it. You know, I love playing Genshin Impact. I love making content on Genshin Impact. But I'm not finna sit here and sugarcoat like this is the best game ever, best gacha game ever. This game is definitely not for the free-to-play players. It's definitely not for the free-to-play players. This game was made for whales and people that have gambling problems. This game is not for free-to-play players. They don't do much to help free-to-play players out at all in this game to get a chance of pulling great characters and great weapons and stuff. I mean, they even have a weapon banner and a limited banner, and they both come out at the exact same time. How do they expect us to pull the 5-star from the limited banner and their 5-star weapon from the weapon banner if the 5-star rates are so low? I can't pull for Zone Elite and go for Zone Elite weapon if the pull rates are so low to trying to pull Zone Elite. It's just not going to happen, especially if they're not. And even if they rates are low, if they gave us enough Primogems, then you wouldn't even notice it. But they don't give us enough Primogems at all. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and until next time, stay up.